My wife was away on a work trip, nothing new. Just another notch in the growing line of departures that had become part of our rhythm. The house felt quieter than usual, a bit too still, but I chalked it up to the usual lull that settles in when she's gone. I was wrapping up some late work on my laptop when I felt a small arm slip around my waist from behind, holding on tight. It was my daughter. She was trembling. Before I could even turn around, she began to sob. "Dad, please don't leave like Mom," she choked out between broken breaths. I froze. Her voice was thin, cracked by fear, and the raw panic in her eyes hit me like a punch to the chest. I turned in my chair and pulled her into my arms, holding her against me as tightly as I could, caught entirely off guard. Hey, I whispered softly, brushing her hair back. "I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere." But I could feel that this wasn't just about her mother being away for the week. This was something deeper, something that had been quietly unraveling inside her, thread by invisible thread. I led her to the couch, and we sat there for a long time, her face buried in my shirt, her sobs slowly giving way to hiccuping breaths. I held her, rocked her gently, waiting until the tears faded enough for her to speak. "What made you feel that way?" I asked gently, my voice barely above a whisper. She wiped her nose on her sleeve and leaned into me. "When Mom leaves, the house gets so quiet. It feels like she's not coming back," she murmured. "And I get scared. What if you leave too? What if one day no one comes back?" Her words cracked something open in me. As adults, we often assume children bounce back from anything, that they don't notice the silences, the distance, the rhythm of absence, but they do. They feel everything, and my daughter had been carrying this silent fear alone, turning it over in her mind in the empty spaces we never thought to fill. That night, I didn't bother with routines or rules. I let her crawl into bed with me. We lay there under the covers, side by side, talking about everything and nothing: her school, her latest drawing, the silly things her teacher said that made her laugh. Eventually, her voice faded into drowsy murmurs, and her hand, small and trusting, stayed curled around mine even as sleep overtook her. In the days that followed, I started seeing the little signs I had missed before. The way her eyes flicked toward the front door whenever someone walked out. How she'd check the clock again and again if I was running late. How the wall in her bedroom was covered in drawings of all three of us together, as if pinning those pictures in place would keep her world from shifting. So I started making changes. Quiet ones, gentle ones. Morning notes tucked into her lunchbox with doodles and words like "I'll see you soon." Evening walks, hand in hand, where she'd skip beside me and tell me stories about her day. Bedtime stories with extra hugs, and more time just listening, really listening to her voice, her thoughts, her worries. And slowly, I watched her open up again. Her smile became less hesitant. Her eyes held more light. Her questions shifted from "Are you leaving?" to "Can we play together tomorrow?" A simple change, but one that meant everything. That moment with her changed something in me. It reminded me that being a father isn't only about keeping a roof over her head or making sure she eats dinner. It's about showing up in the small ways, in the quiet moments, in the emotional spaces we sometimes overlook. It's about promises kept, not in words alone, but in presence, in being there again and again. "I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere."